Do you looking for an iPhone that is small in size, incredibly cheap, but still a beast in performance? One that fits easily in your pocket and whose classic home button gives you a nostalgic feeling? If your budget is very limited, between $100 to $180, then a second-hand iPhone SE 2020 or 2022 could be the best budget king for you. Or will you get into big trouble because of its old design, small display, and infamous battery? I will answer these questions. In addition, I'll share my experience as a long-term user and tell you about the real performance, camera, gaming experience, and the current market value of the iPhone SE 2020 or 2022 in 2025. We'll also discuss some important things that are crucial for you to know. Also included are some special tips for buying any second-hand phone, and if you watch until the very end, you'll have an incredible chance to win an iPhone 12 mini giveaway. Hello, YouTube brothers. How are you all? I hope you're all well. In today's world, it's almost impossible to find a phone that is cheap, can be operated comfortably with one hand, but doesn't compromise on performance. Are you also tired of looking for a truly compact and powerful budget phone in this sea of huge smartphone screens? So if you're looking for a perfect budget-friendly device, then today's video is for you. Because today we will do a complete post-mortem of Apple's budget king, the iPhone SE 2020 and 2022. But the question is, in 2025, will buying these almost 5-year-old phones from the second-hand market be a smart investment for you, or is it just a waste of money? In today's video, we will answer all these questions in detail across 9 points and conduct a thorough and real-life post-mortem. We will dissect and see, can its A13 Bionic chip, which was also in the iPhone 11 Pro Max, and A15 Bionic chip, which was also in the iPhone 13 Pro Max, can still run modern games and heavy apps with ease, even after 5 years? Is its single camera capable of competing with the new budget phones of 2025? And the biggest and most criticized issue, its infamous battery life. As a long-term user, what is the real picture? How many times will you have to charge it per day? And of course, how much should you spend for a unit in perfect condition in 2025? And what secret things should you keep in mind when buying so you don't get ripped off? So if you want a reliable secondary phone or a premium iPhone experience on a low budget, this real-life review and advice can save you thousands of dollars. And yes, at the end of the video, there's a special giveaway announcement for you. With your support, our channel is very close to the monetization milestone, and once it is reached, one lucky subscriber will win an iPhone. That means there will be an iPhone 12 mini giveaway for you. So subscribe to the channel now to become a part of our family, and let's not waste another moment and start this interesting and informative video today.
First, let's discuss who the iPhone SE 2020 or 2022 is really for in 2025. Look, this is the era of large, bezel-less phones, but there are still many people who prefer the reliability of Touch ID and the classic home button. Apple created the iPhone SE for them, for those who want an extremely powerful processor, a great camera, premium build quality, and most importantly, an iPhone experience on a very low budget. The iPhone SE 2020 or 2022 is still an excellent option in 2025. It's great, especially for those who are buying an iPhone for the first time, using it as a secondary phone, or want a powerful device for light use. However, remember that the iPhone SE 2020, which came to the market in 2020, may only get 1 or 2 more iOS updates. iOS 2026 will probably be the last update. Now, point number 2 is design and display. The design of the iPhone SE 2020 is a carbon copy of the iPhone 8. For those who have used an iPhone 6, 7, or 8, the design and feel in the hand will be very familiar. Its aluminum frame and glass back give it a premium feel. The biggest attractions are its compact size and Touch ID. Even in today's Face ID era, Touch ID is still more convenient for many people to unlock the phone while wearing a mask or when the phone is on a table. It weighs only 148 grams, which makes it incredibly light and pocket-friendly. However, its design is a bit dated. The phone has quite large bezels on the top and bottom, which might look out of place next to modern all-screen phones. Despite its small size, it has a 4.7-inch Retina HD display. It is an LCD panel, not OLED, so you might not get true black colors like with the 12 series, but it's one of Apple's best LCD panels. The colors are very accurate and the text is incredibly sharp. Although it's a 60 Hz refresh rate panel, thanks to Apple's A13 Bionic chip and the excellent optimization of iOS, it is extremely smooth and fluid in daily use. However, for those who are used to watching videos or playing games for a long time on a large screen, this 4.7-inch display might feel quite small, so keep your usage habits in mind before you buy.
Now, point number 3 is software and performance. The proverb, "small chili is spicier," seems to have been made for both the iPhone SE 2020 and SE 2022 models. In terms of hardware, the A13 Bionic chipset at the heart of the iPhone SE 2020, which once powered flagships like the iPhone 11 Pro Max, is still excellent for daily use in 2025. On the other hand, the A15 Bionic chip used in the iPhone SE 2022 model, which once powered flagships like the iPhone 13 Pro Max, makes it even more powerful and future-proof. With 3 GB of RAM, these chipsets can handle all daily tasks, such as social media browsing, gaming, even 4K video editing and multitasking with incredible smoothness. In terms of performance, these phones have the power to easily surpass any Android phone in their respective budgets. On the software front, while the phones are updated to the latest iOS 18, users should keep in mind that this might be the last iOS update, especially for the older 2020 model. However, due to consistent performance and app support, it will remain usable for a long time.
Now, point number 4 is gaming performance. The A13 Bionic chip is still extremely powerful for gaming and provides an excellent gaming experience on a phone like the iPhone SE 2020. On PUBG Mobile, you can play comfortably at smooth graphics with extreme 60 FPS settings. The phone is capable of maintaining a stable 60 FPS most of the time, giving you a smooth gameplay experience. On Call of Duty, this game runs as smooth as butter at very high graphics and max frame rate, 60 FPS. You can enjoy action-packed matches without any lag or frame drops. On Garena Free Fire, you can easily get lag-free performance even at the highest graphics settings. Since Free Fire is not a very heavy game, I think it can be played very well on any iPhone. However, even with strong gaming performance, there are some major issues due to the small form factor. First, the phone gets quite hot after playing for a long time due to its small body. The second and biggest issue is the battery. Its charge drains incredibly fast during gaming, making it completely unsuitable for long gaming sessions. On the other hand, the A15 Bionic chip in the iPhone SE 2022 takes gaming to the next level. Its CPU and GPU performance are much more powerful compared to the A13, and since it's built on a more advanced 5nm architecture, it's a more powerful and power-efficient processor. With the A15 Bionic chip, you can play powerful games like PUBG Mobile not just at smooth extreme, but also at HDR graphics with extreme 60 FPS settings, and you'll get much better performance than the A13. The gameplay is more stable, and the frame rate is almost locked. There is no drop in performance when playing Call of Duty at the highest graphics and frame rates. The graphics quality feels more vibrant, and loading times are also quite fast. Genshin Impact and Apex Legends Mobile, the A15 Bionic chip handles these high graphics games exceptionally well. While the A13 might struggle a bit, the A15 provides a much smoother experience. Garena Free Fire, playing on the highest settings is no big deal for this chip. The problem is that even though the chip is powerful, two old gaming issues are also present here. First, due to the small screen and large bezels of a phone like the iPhone SE 2022, it can be a bit difficult to set up and use the control buttons. Second, the battery. Although the A15 Bionic chip uses comparatively less power, the battery drains quickly during intense gaming sessions. And now, point number 5 is camera. Both the iPhone SE 2020 and iPhone SE 2022 have a single 12-megapixel main sensor on the back, and neither has additional camera features like an ultra-wide or telephoto lens. However, this one camera performed great for their respective generations. The main reason is Apple's powerful computational photography capabilities, which are controlled by the Bionic chip used in each model. The iPhone SE 2020 has the A13 Bionic chip, and the iPhone SE 2022 enhanced this capability further by using the A15 Bionic chip, which is also found in the flagship models of the iPhone 13 series. Photos taken with both phones in daylight are incredibly detailed, sharp, and full of vibrant colors. Due to the advanced image processing of the A13 and A15 Bionic chips, each photo maintains correct exposure and excellent dynamic range. The iPhone SE 2022, thanks to its A15 chip, uses features like Deep Fusion and Smart HDR4, which further improve image quality, especially in terms of texture and details. The portrait mode works great on both phones, especially for taking photos of people, with the subject sharply in focus and the background beautifully blurred. However, the biggest strength of the cameras on these two phones is their video recording capability. Both models can record video in 4K resolution at 60 frames per second, which is almost impossible to find on any other smartphone in this budget. The video quality and optical image stabilization are so good that the iPhone SE models are considered a best device for vloggers and those who want to create high-quality videos on a low budget. When it comes to capturing smooth and steady footage, the iPhone SE models are far ahead of their competitors. But a significant limitation is that neither the iPhone SE 2020 nor the iPhone SE 2022 has a dedicated night mode. As a result, their performance falls somewhat short when taking photos in very low light or at night. If your main purpose for photography is to take pictures in low light, these models might not be the best option for you. Nevertheless, for daylight photography, and especially for video recording, the iPhone SE models are still considered an outstanding device.
And now point number 6 is battery performance. While both the iPhone SE 2020 and 2022 models have always been praised for their compact design and powerful processors, their weakness in battery performance is noticeable. Even with the A13 Bionic chip, the iPhone SE 2020 has a battery of only 1,821 mAh, which often fails to last a full day for users. According to tests by Tom's Guide and Phone Arena, the SE 2020 can last about 9 hours for web browsing, 4 hours and 45 minutes for video streaming, and 4 hours and 59 minutes for gaming. It's important to understand before using it that the battery is very limited. On the other hand, Apple included a 10% larger battery, 2018 mAh, and the A15 Bionic chip in the iPhone SE 2022, which increased its video playback from 13 to 15 hours, streaming from 8 to 10 hours, and audio playback from 40 to 50 hours. According to GSM Arena tests, the endurance score of the SE 2022 is only 62 hours, which is sufficient for about 1.5 days of moderate use. But the standby time is very low, only 165 hours.
In a Wi-Fi browsing test by Notebook Check, the SE 2022 lasted 12 hours and 49 minutes, and a full video run lasted up to 13 hours and 17 minutes, which, while unexpected, is not bad compared to its overall performance. For users looking to buy a second-hand phone, checking the battery health is essential. It's best to consider a phone if its battery capacity is 90% or more by checking the Settings, Battery Health option. If it's below 85%, it will be difficult for it to last a full day. Both models also have the convenience of wireless charging, as they are Qi-supported, no MagSafe, working at approximately 7.5 watts. For fast charging, the SE 2020 supports up to 18 watts and the SE 2022 up to 20 watts, with internal tests showing they can charge approximately 50 to 60% in 30 minutes. However, wireless charging is comparatively slow, taking about 3 hours and 11 minutes for a full charge. In conclusion, although the SE22 is slightly improved, especially with the A15 chip and a slightly larger battery, the battery performance of the SE series is still a major limitation to consider when buying. Heavy users may need to charge it multiple times a day, and the standby time is low. Therefore, before buying, it is advisable to verify the battery health, analyze your usage habits, and be prepared to have a power bank if possible.
Next point number 7, is price and availability. In 2025, the iPhone SE 2020 continues to hold its place as a compact yet powerful phone in the US used phone market. Its powerful A13 Bionic chipset still offers enough performance for daily tasks and light gaming. However, before buying a used iPhone SE 2020, you should pay attention to a few important factors as they directly influence the phone's price. 1. Condition. The phone's physical and internal condition plays a crucial role in its price. Phones that are like new or in excellent condition, meaning they have no scratches, dents, or have been serviced before, are comparatively more expensive. On the other hand, if the phone has noticeable marks or signs of use, the price will drop significantly. 2. Battery health. For any used iPhone, battery health is extremely important. A battery state of 90% or more is considered excellent. A range of 85 to 89% is of medium quality, and if it's below 80%, the battery may need to be replaced, which is an additional cost. Therefore, before buying, ask the seller about the battery health or verify it in person. 3. Storage capacity. The iPhone SE 2020 is mainly found in 64GB and 128GB variants. In 2025, the 128GB variant will be the best decision, as today's apps, videos, and iOS updates take up much more space. The 64GB fills up very quickly, which can cause problems in using the phone. Paying a little more for 128GB will yield good long-term results. A. Prices on online marketplaces such as eBay, Swappa, or Facebook Marketplace. On these platforms, the prices are comparatively lower. However, you must be careful. Listings can sometimes be incorrect or the phone may have hidden problems. If you're inexperienced in buying used iPhones, it's best to avoid buying from individual sellers. Possible prices for August, September, October 2025. 64GB variant, $80 to $140. 128GB variant, $120 to $180. The price will depend on the condition and battery health. If the phone's battery health is 85% or more and it's in good condition, it's normal for the 64GB price to be $110 to $130 and the 128GB price to be $150 to $170. However, it's not advisable to pay more than $150 for 64GB. Important tips for online purchases. Check the phone's IMEI number with Apple's Coverage Checker. Make sure the phone is unlocked or compatible with your carrier. Don't send the full payment in advance. Verify the phone before buying. Check the seller's rating and return policy. B. Certified refurbished retailers, such as Back Market, Declutter, or Amazon Renewed. If you want to buy a phone with peace of mind and a warranty, these retailers are the best option. Although the prices here are usually $30 to $50 higher, you get many benefits in return. Advantages of buying from these retailers. Devices are professionally verified and graded. They have return and exchange policies. A limited warranty, usually 3 to 12 months, is included. You have the option to buy an extended warranty or insurance. Possible prices for refurbished phones. 64 gigabytes variant, $120 to $170. 128 gigabytes variant, $160 to $230. The price can fluctuate based on the phone's grade and the warranty length. If the phone is in perfect condition and the battery health is over 90%, the price can be up to $200 to $230. However, this can be a good investment if you're looking for a reliable secondary phone or a budget-friendly primary phone. Final advice. If possible, choose the 128 gigabytes variant. By 2025, the demand for apps, videos, and iOS has increased so much that 64 gigabytes of storage fills up very quickly, which can force you to constantly delete unnecessary files, which is annoying. Paying just $30 to $50 more for 128 gigabytes means you'll be free from a lot of future hassle. Finally, many people confuse the iPhone SE 2020 and the iPhone SE 2022. Although they look almost the same, the SE 2022 has the A15 chip and slightly better camera processing. However, its price is usually $60 to $80 higher. If you don't need the extra performance, the iPhone SE 2020 is still the best value-for-money phone. Now, point 8 is special tips for buying a second-hand iPhone SE. Buying a second-hand or used iPhone SE 2020 or 2022 can definitely be a cost-effective decision, but you could be at a loss if you don't carefully examine a few important things. It is essential to thoroughly check a few things before buying the phone. Here's some of those critical tips discussed in detail, which will help you choose a good phone. First, check the battery health and charging. One of the most crucial aspects of an iPhone is its battery. You can expect good performance if the phone's battery health is 85% or more. If the battery health is below 85%, you may have to replace the battery very soon, which is an additional cost. So before buying a phone with low battery health, you can negotiate the price with the seller, or it would be wise to avoid that phone altogether. You should also bring a power bank or charger with you to check if the phone is charging properly. Also check for any dirt or damage in the charging port. Next, check the Touch ID, True Tone, and display condition. The Touch ID on the home button of the iPhone SE 2020 or 2022 is an essential feature. Test it repeatedly to see if it works quickly and accurately. Add your fingerprint and see if the phone unlocks. Then pay attention to the display. Check if the True Tone option is turned on. If the iPhone's display has ever been replaced, especially if it's not an original Apple display, the True Tone feature will not work. The absence of this feature is a big sign that the phone's screen has been replaced. At the same time, carefully observe if there are any dead pixels, a yellowish tint, or an unusual color change on the display. Then, carefully check the physical condition of the phone. Pay close attention to see if there are any deep scratches, dents, or cracks on the phone's body, screen, and camera lens. Minor scratches are normal, but major damage can also affect the phone's internal components. Open the phone's SIM tray and check the liquid contact indicator, LCI, inside. It is usually white or silver. If its color has turned red or pink, it means the phone came into contact with water, which is a risk for the future. Also check if all the phone's buttons, volume, power, silent switch are working properly. Next, check the iCloud lock and network status. This is one of the most important steps. Before buying the phone, make sure it is not iCloud locked. Ask the seller to do a full factory reset of the phone right in front of you in Settings. This will erase the seller's Apple ID and all their data. If the seller refuses to give the Apple ID password, refrain from buying the phone, as there is a possibility that it is a stolen phone. Also, to check if the phone is country locked, insert your own SIM card and try making a call or using the internet. Now check the phone's model number. Go to Settings, General, About, and look at the model number. If the first letter of the model number is an M, it's a new retail unit. If the first letter is an N, it's a phone that was given as a replacement by Apple. And if it starts with an F, it's a refurbished unit by Apple. Generally, buying an M-series phone is the safest. Also, if your iPhone is running iOS 15.2 or a later version, there will be an option called Parts and Service History in the About section. This shows if the display, battery, or camera has been replaced and whether they are genuine Apple parts. If you see Unknown Part next to a component, it means the phone has been opened and some parts have been replaced. Following these tips will help you buy a good quality second-hand iPhone SE 2020 or 2022 and protect yourself from future unexpected problems and costs.
Then the final point, point number 9, is special announcement and giveaway. Friends, our channel is in the final stage of monetization, and to celebrate this special moment, we are going to give a lucky subscriber a brand new iPhone 12 mini as a gift. We have only 200 hours of watch time left to reach our goal. You can easily close this small gap if you want. To participate in the giveaway, subscribe to the channel now, give this video a like, and comment to tell us which phone you like the most between the iPhone SE 2020 or 2022. Additionally, watch any video on our channel for at least 5 minutes. This small participation is a huge inspiration for us. It's never possible without your support. So friends, this was the detailed discussion about the second-hand iPhone SE 2020 and 2022 in 2025. Also, please let us know in the comments which phone you would like advice or review on next. We're saying goodbye for today. Everyone stay well and healthy.